The one from the People Daily. I think you have a copy of the Daily Nation there. They talk about the Deputy President and what is ahead for him. On the Daily Nation, the gentleman is looking at a very big book written, titled The Curse of Vice and Deputy Presidents, Volume 1. On the People Daily, it's a scale and it's a balancing act of the Deputy President with his in-tray, which talks about the lessons to learn from previous DPs. That's the People Daily. So it would appear that the concern that everyone is seeing, or the kind of advice that everyone may be giving the Deputy President right now, is that, A, look back and see how your predecessors have performed, learn from that. Is that the same kind of advice you would give Professor Kithure Kindiki going forward?
Well, usually many Kenyans have been analyzing the position of the Vice President at the time and now Deputy President, with certain aspects being lost. It does not take the Deputy President to survive. It takes the President to be a gentleman, to work with people that are associated with his regime. Remember, we had about 10 Vice Presidents. Then we've had 3 Deputy Presidents. And it has not worked on the first 2. Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto never worked very well. And today, Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto have not worked very well, one being the deputy of the other. But what worries me is that we don't seem to have the right chemistry and the right design of that particular office. In my opinion, the office does not have a problem. It's the individuals occupying that office and those who are the bosses of those people. The 3 vice presidents that we had for Kibaki 1 and Kibaki 2, the late Wamalwa, of course, he passed on within a very short time of about 6 months or so. Although at that time they were working very well with Kibaki. Mzee Mudi Awori worked very well with President Kibaki. The person who occupied last, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, worked very well with Kibaki. So the common factor is that it's Kibaki himself who knew how to handle those people who are working with him. But in this case, the way I see it, for the 3 deputies that we've had, it is William Ruto to decide to work very well with Kindiki, not Kindiki to learn how to work, to deal with Ruto. Because Ruto, as I've told you, is a micromanager. And you'd want everybody to say yes. And even the papers, of course, you've seen that even at the cabinet level, he's the first one to pray, then he prosecutes almost all the papers, then he's the last one to pray. And of course, even when he went to Haiti, he did the same thing. He was the choir master, he was a prayer master, and the guest of honor for that particular time. So, but when you look at the issue of deputy, whether it's deputy governor, deputy president, we seem not to be getting it right as a nation. And we seem not really to give a solution to it. In my opinion, and I may not be qualified to say so, but just allow me to say that this position of deputy president, increasingly we are not getting it right because of what I call political bad manners. We don't seem to want anybody who will question a position you've taken as a leader. And for us, leadership, in the raw nature of it, is that if you're a leader, you think you know everything, and therefore you want to dictate to those who are under you or those who are working with you. But if we are to improve political hygiene and allow some kind of team building, so that whatever I say, whatever you say, is supposed to be complement to what we're doing, but not to be giving instructions on those who are under you. Yep.
All right. So is that the same kind of advice you'd give the Deputy President now that he's there, he's keen to work, probably he's more learned, not probably, he's actually more academically learned and qualified than any other Deputy President before his time. What kind of advice would you give to him?
No, we had others. We had Professor
Saitoti.
No, I'm saying in as far as deputy presidents are concerned.
Okay.
Professor of mathematics was...
Yeah. Well, you're asking me to give Professor
Kindiki advice going
advice. I don't know whether I'm better in a better position than anybody else.